There are a lot of ways to build a strong body. And for the residents of Miami-Dade, getting your COVID-19 vaccination is an important part. Help everyone stay safe as we continue to fight the spread. And we can protect those most vulnerable around us. With easy access to vaccination locations and the growing ability for more people to be protected, it's our best shot to keep moving forward. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community. For more information, visit miamidade.gov/vaccine.
Good morning. It's Tuesday and it's 11 a.m., which means it's time for the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM, presenting live weekly performances on the WDNA Jazz Gallery featuring students, faculty, and alumni from Florida International School of Music. I am your host today, Najee McLean, along with our producers, Dr. Karen Velaz and Dr. Russ Spiegel. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to the FIU Music Hour. Whether you're listening to us in your car on 88.9 FM or live on WDNA.org/FIU, we are delighted to have you join us today for our live performance. Today, we are joined by Five String Swing. Five String Swing is a jazz violin-driven swing band led by Dr. Steffen Zeichner. The ensemble specializes in performing lively swing standards from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, along with repertoire from the gypsy jazz tradition and classic jazz music from the Great American Songbook. We have Steffen Zeichner on violin, Russ Spiegel on guitar, and Jamie Ousley on upright bass. Dr. Steffen Zeichner is the first adjunct lecturer of jazz violin at Florida International University. Steffen is a creative violinist who actively performs internationally within jazz, classical rock, klezmer, and other musical genres. He is a leader of Five String Swing and is passionate educator with a focus in developing creative potential for string players. He has an international studio of private violin students, various styles of music, both in person and virtually. Hi, Steffen. Thank you for being here. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, so today you all will be performing for us. What will be your first selection for today?
We're going to start with a tune called Beinir is to Shame, which is it is from the Great American Songbook, written in the 20s, and it is a Yiddish tune.
Okay, thank you so much. Here we have Five String Swing performing Bei Bir Du Shine. Thank you all so much. This is the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM with 5-String Swing, and we'll be right back after these messages. We are back with the FIU Music Hour and 5-String Swing on WDNA 88.9 FM. This week at FIU School of Music, we have NMMF 2022 opening concert with Miranda Cuxon on violin this Wednesday, January 19th at 7 p.m. in the Wolfsonium. FIU Jazz Faculty Ensemble and Grammy winner John Riley this Saturday, January 22nd at 7:30 p.m. in the Wertheim Concert Hall. Also, we have Beethoven, Brahms, and Banter on Sunday, January 23rd at 11:30 a.m. in the Wertheim Concert Hall, as well as a Sunday afternoon with French Romantic and Contemporary Organ Music also this Sunday at 4 p.m. in the Wertheim Concert Hall. And that's our announcements for the concerts happening at FIU School of Music this week. Hi, Steffen. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So I have a few questions for our interview, and I'm going to start off with you're a very talented musician with a myriad of experiences from record to stage to classroom. Where did this all begin for you?
My great-grandmother played violin, and I got to meet her when I was very, very young. And she played in New York with the 92nd Street Y, and she was on the radio in New York in, I think, the 20s, something like that. And I got to meet her when I was very young, and I was fascinated by the violin. And she did pass away in the early 90s, and she willed me her violin, actually. So I had a beautiful French violin that I wanted to learn how to play. So I begged my parents for lessons, and I started learning violin around 5 years old. And it's a very, very big part of my life.
Wow, that's such a beautiful and deep reason for your love for music. So with that, who has been some of your biggest inspirations?
Well, as far as jazz goes, I would absolutely have to say Stuff Smith, who is a jazz violinist who broke a lot of boundaries. He was one of the first ones to use amplification with violin, and he also played in a very, very swingy style. His rhythm and groove was very well known in New York and elsewhere. And I grew up listening to he has a specific album, Cat on a Hot Fiddle, that I listened so much to growing up. And I just love the groove, and I love the music. There's so much music from here, from Great American Songbook, which is like music from Broadway, from musical theater, from film, all this from the early half of the 20th century. And I think it's just awesome, awesome music. And so many jazz musicians have put their own fingerprints on it. And I love the repertoire. It's really fun. That's
beautiful. What is your inspiration behind 5-String Swing?
So 5-String Swing is a group that I really put together in the last 5 years or so, of just a violin-led group that plays the really groovy music that I love of this era. And often I'll do it with guitar and bass. It's a great sound that really harkens back to the Django Reinhardt, Stefan Grappelli ensemble of Hot Club of France. And there are some really great, amazing musicians here in Miami. We're very lucky, and I'm able to work with some phenomenal players and learn from them and with them.
As the first jazz violin instructor at FIU, what are you most excited about?
So I am super excited for this. Even though all my degrees are classical myself, I come from a classical background. I did also grow up playing klezmer music, which is sort of Jewish jazz, as well as I had my first exposure to jazz with John Blake Jr. at a Suzuki Institute when I was like 12 years old. And so jazz and other styles of music other than classical have been a really big part of my life for a long time. And I'm really excited to get to work with more classically trained violinists especially, but to help widen the horizon of what violin and bowed strings can do. I think it's so important these days to be really flexible as a musician and particularly as a string player. You know, there are so many amazing schools pouring out really incredible players, and unfortunately there are not enough orchestras anymore to really keep them up. And so it's so important to be very flexible and be able to do a lot of different things. That includes, you know, recording studio work as well as playing even, like I play a lot of weddings where I'm playing a lot of pop and groove-based music. And it's something that sometimes, it's just a very different language than what most classical players grow up doing. So I'm really excited to work with students at FIU. I have some jazz violin student there that, and I'd love to grow that program and maybe even do some ensembles with string players, teaching them how to groove and think harmonically, and and have fun together.
Yes. You mentioned having great musicians in Miami, but there are a lot of young musicians who are still up and coming. What words of advice can you give to them as getting out there and sharing their music?
Absolutely. Take advantage of as many opportunities as you can, and play as much as you can, perform as much as you can, even if you're a little bit green and a little, scared. I mean, I cut my teeth a lot on doing like jam sessions, and I know there are a few in Miami, sometimes hard to find, but playing jam sessions where there's not that much pressure and you can learn with people, and especially playing with people who are better than you is phenomenal. It's very, very important. So.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to get back to some music. The next
Absolutely.
piece that you all are going to do is For Sephora?
That's correct.
Yes, okay.
This is a gypsy bassa.
You've been listening to the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. I've been your host, Najee McLean, along with our producers, Dr. Karen Velos and Dr. Russ Spiegel. We'd like to thank our production crew and graduate student, Samantha Stern, and the staff of WDNA FM for today's broadcast. If you would like for more information on all of our programs, please make sure to call 305-384-2896 or simply like our Facebook page to stay up to date with all of our upcoming performances. Thank you so much for joining us for the FIU Music Hour, and please join us next Tuesday with flamenco guitarist Felipe Carvajal. And for one last piece to close us out, two last pieces to close us out. If you would like, you may do another.
Quick one.